What's up, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Well, tonight, I want to talk about something completely opposite of what I've been talking about. Um, Pretty much, I wanted to really hone in as to how Team Faith came to life back in, I would say, 2012, 2013. Um, I was watching this documentary. Many of you might have watched it, might have not watched it. It's called The 13 Reasons Why. I can so relate to that episode on Netflix, and I think that many of you that watch it might even bring up some old wounds that you might not even know existed. So after watching that show today, I finally got to the final episode. Um, and it made me just reflect on my whole life, on who I used to be, what I used to go through to get to where I am today. I used to be a bully as when I was younger, but when I was growing up, roles reversed. Things changed in my life, and to be honest with you, it's something that I never got to understand, and it's something that we in life can explain because we don't know the answers to many of our questions. Sometimes we feel alone. Sometimes we feel like we have no one to talk to. Sometimes we feel like everything we say is not right. And I feel that there's a lot of voices in this world right now that just want to be heard, just once. And to me, I always chased attention. I always chased validation. I always chased people to listen to my voice, even if it was a lie or a truth. Because back in that time of that day, I always felt like lying was gonna get me attention, or was gonna get me the love that I was looking for. Boy, was I wrong. But I grew up and I was a delayed learner. I don't know, many of you might understand this, many of you will or might not understand that. The way I was raised, I was raised by two amazing parents, which I love completely, and I know they did their best of their ability to raise me. I wasn't always the attentive kid. I was always the loud one and the crazy one, the wild one. But my parents did everything they could to raise me. And they did an amazing job with all the tools that they had in their life. And I am the man I am today because of that. So I'm making this today because I didn't have faith growing up. I I was raised by Catholics. I was raised by people who, led believing in God. But what came about for me, growing up, learning through my mistakes in life and everything that I've done from when I was a kid to when I was a teenager to when I was an adult, that all these mistakes taught me a lesson, taught me something different. I was one of those kids that started something that never finished. I know many of you can relate to that. How many of you try to do something and just can't finish it and just cannot complete what you started? And it sucks. You feel like you're worthless. You feel like you're useless. You feel like you're not good enough to make anyone proud of you. You feel like you're just in a baseball field all by yourself. How many of you feel that way? I felt that way for years. There was many times that I would just do things just to fit in, just to hang out, just to be a part of something. And little did I know that I was not doing it for all the right reasons. I was doing it for everybody else, but I wasn't doing it for me. You know, and it took a long time. It took a lot of mistakes. It took a lot of failures, and it took a lot of adversity for me to become the man I am today. And I feel like I wanted to make this video because there's a lot of you out there right now that feel like you don't have a voice. Like somebody took that voice away from you. That somebody just said you can't talk because you don't have nothing to say. Somebody's choking you by the neck and telling you to be quiet. That you're useless. That you're worthless. That you mean nothing. And everything you say is a lie. Have you ever felt that way too? I'm here to tell you guys that that's a lie. You do have a voice. You do have a reason. Do you have a purpose? You do have a purpose. But you got to wake up. You have to start noticing that in order for you to become that voice that everybody needs to hear, you have to become that voice. You have to be that purpose in life. You have to be that change that you wish to see in the world. You need to go back in your history and say, why did I go through all this pain? Why did I go through all this suffering? Why did I get to where I am? Why did I go through all these adversities, struggles, defeats, losses, failures? Why? You need to, instead of asking yourself, why did I do this? You need to ask yourself, what can I do with what happened to me? What can I do with all these things that occurred to me while I was growing up that I thought were setbacks? Listen to what I just said. What I thought were setbacks. Guys, everything that happened to you was a setup to where you are today. It was a setup for you to listen to me right now, to tell you that you need to live out loud. Because I lived out loud. I've been living out loud for the past 6 years because I decided to make a decision. I decided that I didn't want to be quiet anymore, that I didn't care what anybody thought about me anymore. I decided that my life was worth it. Not worthless. My life was worth it. But because I decided to distinguish myself and distance myself from everyone that ever thought otherwise. But I'm here to tell you guys that you can't let other people dictate how far you go in life. You can't allow other people to stop you from being the best version of yourself that you are supposed to be. Some of you have failed and probably still failing today. But I'm telling you that that's okay. But you got to keep fighting. If I would have given up, this team right here would have never existed. Everybody out there are calling themselves different types of names. I decided to call my team Team Faith. Why? Because that's where I found me. I found my life. I found my purpose. I found my strength. I found my belief through my faith. And if I know that my life is meant to instill a faith in someone else, then so God be it, I am going to do that. I am going to find a way to bring voices to people out there that think that they don't have one. Because I once was that kid that never had a voice. I was that kid that always thought that everything that he said didn't matter. That everything that he did was not right. And even when I started finding my faith, I still had people thinking or telling me that what I was doing, don't do it. That's not right. That doesn't make sense. Shit, why did I listen? Why? I'm here to tell you is that If you believe in something, if you want something, then go get it. Go get it. Like I did. I discovered myself. I discovered who I am, and I discovered who I am meant to be. Am I going to keep failing every day from here on out? Absolutely. Am I going to drop like mad mistakes and mad wrongs, and am I going to be right all the time? No, I'm not. But I know why I'm here. And I know why I exist. And I know why God made me. But do you? Do you know why He made you? Do you understand why you're going through what you're going through right now? I didn't. I didn't understand until 2 years ago. Until I had to be in the deepest, darkest hole of my life. Until I had to discover something bigger than me. Until I created my own war room. Until my faith became my life. Not just a thing, it became my life. So it went from a team name to my heart. It became a part of me. I wasn't just a name. I was the name. I lived the name. You need to find your name. You need to find who you are internally. Because you are meant for way more than you actually think or believe in. Your life isn't over. Your life is just beginning. What you're going through right now is just a beginning. You're being tested. Life is asking you, are you ready? Show me that you're ready, and I'll show you what you need to see. Because the things that you need, I'm going to give you so you can go out there and get what you want. Because you have to take action. And, you know, Team Faith came about. I wanted to call my Team Faith because that's where Have Faith Not Fear came about. That's when I began to just started screaming out loud, have faith, not fear. Whoop, whoop. That's where it came. That's where faith came from. And I purposely made Team Faith an acronym. I made faith an acronym on purpose. And the first name that I created for faith, which was like 3-4 years ago, was Fearless, Accountable, Inspiration, Teamwork, and Hard Work. That was the first name. I was just throwing names out there. I just wanted to inspire my team to know that they meant all those things. Then the next name came about, is that faith always initiates the hard work. Faith always initiates the hard work. That came about. And I wanted to inspire my team that, you know what, without faith, there's nothing. Without faith, you can't get forward in life. You gotta have faith. You gotta have belief. You gotta have consistency in your life in order to get forward. And then when I was in Punta Cana, a new name came to life. A new name, a new purpose, a new belief system. Something that I wanted to just, when someone heard this name, that they connected with it. That was my reason. That was my purpose. That was my wake up. Because now I know that we're not just a team name. We're a purpose. We're a purpose. And our new acronym for Team Faith is that faith always ignites the healing. Faith always ignites the healing. You know what ignites? When you turn on a car, it starts and you start moving forward or backward or forward or backward. Ignites could be when you turn on the light. You bring light into life. Ignite means that you just flick the switch inside of your heart so that you can start becoming a person that you've never thought you would ever become. Ignite is something bigger than you actually think you are. It can be light. It can be purpose. It can be forgiveness. Because you actually finally discovered that what you've been holding on to for all these years really means nothing. Do you even know why you're mad at the person you were mad at 10 years ago? Do you even know why you're mad at the person you were mad at 10 minutes ago? That's the ignition that we need to have in our heads, in our hearts. Because being stuck where you are isn't fun. Isn't going to get you nowhere. Isn't going to start the car. Isn't going to turn on the light. Because you're too scared to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because you already created this whole world in your mind of the things you don't want instead of the things you need. That's why you need to ignite your life today, right now. Ignite your life today because something better and bigger is waiting for you. You need to make a decision today to find a purpose in your life through the experiences that you had in your past. Because you didn't get to where you are overnight. And you're never going to get to where you're going to be overnight either. Change doesn't happen overnight. Change happens over time. Over time. And the healing part of it, that's what means the world to me. The healing. Faith in healing means the world to me. Why? Because my core mission in life is that I want to empower, encourage, introduce healing into people's lives. Because my core mission is I want to heal people's spirits while building their bodies. Because that's the way I did it. That's how I got here today. The courage to make this video. To empower somebody out there. To find more about themselves. To heal themselves from defeat, pain, hurt, suffering. Because in order for you to change your life, you gotta heal first. You gotta let go. My definition of fear is feeling emotional at rebirth. It's that moment that you're about to change and you're about to just, break out of your shell and somebody holds you back. That's your rebirth, but that's your healing process. That's when you start healing. And you start changing the way you are, start changing the way you think. Because you mean more to us, society, than you think. Your spirit is what's going to give us life, yours. All of you, whoever's listening to this, whoever you send this to, your healing is our purpose. Like, we need to listen to you. Because if you don't talk to us, if you don't tell us what you're going through, how can we overcome anything? How can we overcome our fears? How can we overcome our pain? How can we overcome our hurt? Somebody else is walking the path that you're ready to take, but you don't know how to follow it because you're not listening. But if nobody's paved your specific path, then you pave it. Then you walk it. Go make a difference. I make a difference in people's lives every single day. Yes, I can't connect with you every day, and I get it. But you know what? I'm a message away. I'm a text message away. I'm a call away from reigniting whatever you thought deflated or changed or like whatever happened to you. My team knows that I'm always open. No matter if I was in Punta Cana or if I was in Cali, I always connected with someone because that's just who I am. That's what I do for my team. That's what I do for people. But why can't you do the same thing for your people, your purpose, your reason in life? Why can't you make a difference? Why are you hiding? Because once I healed my spirits, once I knew where I was going with my life and my heart, my body followed. My body got stronger. And when my body got stronger, my mind got stronger. I got bolder. I became like an Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was bigger than life through my spirit. Not my body, but through my spirit. Sometimes you need to find a way to make a change in someone's life, and you don't have to be like everyone else. You can be the best version of yourself. You can be whoever it is you are meant to be. You're a beautiful soul. You're a beautiful human being. But you gotta stop comparing yourself to everyone else. Why do you do that? I did that, and it led me nowhere. Why do I want to compare myself to another person that doesn't have my purpose? Why do I want to compare myself to a man that is physically fit, it's making money, and is changing lives, but maybe he's not changing lives the way I want to change lives? He's doing it his way. He paved his path. Now it's my turn to pave my own. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Some of you are stuck. But in order to get unstuck, you got to scrape yourself off the floor. You got to stop taking that belief system off your, that lack of belief off your mind. You ain't going to get there alone. You're not. Everyone that comes into your life for a purpose. But if you push them away, you never listened. You never paid attention. Some of you have relationship issues that you start hating the person that came into your life. What did that person give you? What did that person do to your life different than what you had before you met that person? Him or her? Did he give you another life to take care of? Did he or she give you another life to take care of? Did he or she show you what you don't want? Did he or she show you what you deserve? Sometimes we have to look at the positive of everything in order to see the light of everything. But too many of us are stuck trying to figure out the perfect way to do things when there is no such thing. There's no such thing as perfection. The only perfect thing there is faith. Because as long as you walk by faith and not by sight, you won't fail. And if you do, you learn. There's two types of failures. Failures that never learn and failures that do. Which failure would you want to be? Which failure do you want to become? I didn't get here overnight, guys. I'm not here to change your belief system. You believe in whoever it is that you want to believe in. I'm just here as a voice. I'm just here as a purpose. Because I know what I had to go through to get here. And sometimes I look back and I'm like, wow. Sometimes I forget what I went through. Sometimes I forget what I went through. But every time I meet someone that shows me another thing that I forgot about. But that's because I decided to listen and understand what they were sharing with me. Because people don't come into your life by mistake. Don't believe in coincidences. They don't exist. Everything in life happens for a purpose. There's a reason for everything that happens to you. Good, bad, or indifferent. How you handle it, how you approach it, that's up to you. It's up to you. Don't live a life of excuses. A life of excuses doesn't get you anywhere. It's going to keep you exactly where you are, where you don't want to be. Do you want to complain for the rest of your life? I made a decision, and I changed my life, both emotionally, physically, and I'm here right now because I said yes to me. Not to anyone else, but to myself. When somebody asks you, are you interested in doing something for yourself? You're not saying yes to the person. You're saying yes to yourself. That's why I love what I do. I have the tools that I have, but it's not the tools that change your life, it's me. I show you the way. Those tools, that's your way. That's the way you're going to create your own destiny, your own life, your own purpose. Those tools that I give you, what you do with them is completely up to you. Because obviously you can tell what it did for me. And some of you that have been watching me for 6 years, you already know who I was. I'm not perfect. I'm different. And I accept that. Are you willing to accept to be different? Are you willing to accept all the adversities and pain and hurt that comes from being different? I know I am. Are you? Share this with someone. Pay it forward. Give someone, allow someone to find a reason. Because they deserve it. Because maybe they've been talking and nobody's been listening. You know, watching this show really brought me back to my childhood too, when my brother used to always push me to the left. I mean, he always pushed me to the right. And I never understood why. I just thought he didn't want to play with me. I just felt like he didn't care about me. But as I got older, and I understand life now, he was actually helping me, not hurting me. And I'm grateful for that kid. He never, him and I never got to see, we never get to see eye to eye. But he will always know that I care and love him with all my heart. Because he's the only person that gets me emotional. Especially when I talk about him. Who's that person for you? Who's that person that you have to forgive? Who's that person that you thought never cared about you, but actually was fighting for you without you even noticing? Without you even knowing? What faith are you willing to find right now? What ignition are you looking to ignite so that your healing can begin? What is it? Who is it? There's always one person, there's always one reason. It's up to you if you want to know the truth. Because every problem in life has a solution. Some of us want to face the problem so we can get the solution. Others want to just forget about it. But when you forget about the problem, it will always exist in your life. No matter how fast you run, no matter how far you go, the only person you can't outrun is this. Because your mind always follows you. Always. Until you decide to forgive it. I did. I changed my life. I faced my fears. And I still do it every single day. Which is why I love my team. I love what we stand for. And I love where we're going. We may not be where we're supposed to be, But I guarantee you with all the faith in my heart that we will be where we're meant to be. And I can't wait to witness it. And I have a great team to get us there. If any of you are interested in wanting to be a part of it, if you know someone that's a Team Faith member, reach out to them. They're ready. They're ready to give you the purpose you thought you never had. The faith you never thought existed. And the healing you thought would never come. That's just who we are. They say that all these decisions that people make never get you nowhere. But it takes one to make a difference, and a team to change the world. What do you want to do with that? How do you want to approach it? How far are you willing to go with it? I challenge you. I challenge you. I hope this message speaks to you. I hope it resonates with your heart. I know this is not like the energy that I normally give people, but when I see stuff like what I saw today about feeling alone, not being heard, I can totally relate to that. And if I can make a difference in someone else's life by being the voice, so be it. I will be. And well, let me rephrase that. I have faith that you would do the same thing. Share this video, guys. Pay it forward. Let someone hear it. Someone needs to hear this message. I was all around, but I know the core mission was to heal your spirits and eventually build your body. Because that's just who we are. And that's what we're meant to be. God bless you all. Thank you for taking the time to hear me out. Thank you for listening. Thank you for paying attention. And thank you for sharing this video. Have a beautiful, faithful, positive night. God bless you. Always remember, never forget to heal your spirits while building your body. Have faith, not fear. Faith always ignites the healing.